Hello, everybody. My name's Michael, and this is the podcast. I am joined by Peter
Yeah, that's me.
and Andrew,
What's up? What's up?
three friends who are just trying to make sense of this crazy world we live in by talking about stupid crap that doesn't even matter and has literally no repercussions on our lives.
Can I just say you suck at hosting?
Yeah.
I don't know what you want me to tell you. I'm just telling the truth.
Listen, we already scuffed this once, haha.
Yeah, we already listen, listen,
30
gentlemen.
minutes of recording down the drain.
Yeah, we already did this. This is a take two.
Oh, also, we're gonna have to vacate the lobby and re-enter it because the lobby totally broke.
Oh my god, dude. But yeah, just how did I lie? I can't remember what we were talking about.
Well, it doesn't matter because we literally lost all of our topics. We were talking about, we went from...
And screw all those topics. We already talked about them. They missed out. People missed out.
Yeah, they
That's
missed
their
out
fault.
on us blowing.
My incendiary take is PlayStation sucks. You should buy an Xbox.
Hold on. That's really not true at all. Because like Xbox, all their exclusives are going to PC. Why would you buy an Xbox now?
Why would you buy a PlayStation? They're also making the move.
God of War.
They're making the move to PC too.
Some games, not all of them. Some games. God of War is, but things like Spider-Man aren't. Things like This Is Us, The Last of Us aren't.
Why do you think they aren't? Because the company's throwing money at them.
Wait, what happened?
They're not moving because who is it? Sony? Sony's the one who's holding them hostage.
Sony owns those companies,
Exactly.
like Insomniac. So it's not that they're throwing money at them; they own them. God of War is like a calculated decision. They're just choosing not to do it. They're just choosing to put it on PC because clearly they must think that there's some sort of advantage.
Oh. All right. Well, bad news, boys. They killed the server. I think.
Already?
One minute.
They're early.
Yeah.
I'm playing.
What?
I'm at a black screen. I'm loading.
I'm at Conquest 0 players, and it also apparently has had me matchmaking, searching for servers for 16 minutes.
So as I was saying, Sony, like they got a lot of good exclusives. All right, they still have the Castlevania games, two of the Symphony of the Night, Rondo of Blood. Those are super good. If you guys haven't played those,
Nope.
Have not.
I ain't got like PlayStation. Like the whole game is exclusives, right? You would only get an Xbox for Game Pass, but now that's on PC too soon. Even Halo Infinite, that's their premier title is on PC.
But my thing is that people that buy consoles, they only buy them because they can't afford a PC. So if you're going to buy a console
No, I
anyway,
don't think
you
so.
might as well buy an Xbox.
No.
Because
I think it's more of they only want to use the console for gaming. They don't want to be able to do work or do anything else. They just want a device to game because people like simplistic aspects of it. It's the same reason why Mikey stuck with his iPhone for so many years because he wasn't a power user. So he was like, "Oh yeah, I'll pay for this and I'll suck it up because I don't use my phone like that. Now this is the operating system I'm used to." People like simplicity.
to be fair, I prefer iPhone over Android, but yes.
Are you a power user on your phone?
I would say probably not.
Yeah.
Definitely not.
I would say definitely not if you're still satisfied with the iPhone. So
I mean, I've had a rooted Android phone. It just hasn't impressed me.
So you've had the full power.
Yes.
God knows
It
how
just
many years
hasn't
ago that was.
impressed me. I had an HTC One M8, so that was quite a long time ago.
Yeah, it was. But the point was that people like their simplicity, and that it especially applies to their entertainment. Because
I really don't. Like honestly, like if you want a PC, most people nowadays are just gonna buy a PC because they're just so easy to get into.
well,
I mean, it's not like it was even like
asterisk, not 2021, not 2020.
not 2021 in terms of
GPU
prices,
market.
but like 3 years ago, it was much easier. 3 years ago? Yeah, 3 years ago, it was much easier to get one.
pre-COVID period.
Well, I remember there was a little bit of a shortage with
Oh crap!
2080s. I think in
I
20.
mentioned the pandemic. That's it. We're demonetized.
Oh yeah, we're demonetized. We're screwed.
So go ahead.
All right, redo it. No, wait. But yeah, basically, just it's so much easier to get into PCs now. Like 10 years ago, it was not the same.
No, I feel like at the current climate we're in, PC is the hardest thing to get a hold of.
Right now.
Yeah, right now, yeah.
Pre-COVID,
But then that
I'd say the couple years running up to right before COVID struck, I'd say that PC was the complete opposite. It was the easiest to get into.
yeah.
All the
I can.
all the specs were easy to get your hands on. Like when the 20 series was around, everyone knew, oh, you don't have to have the latest and greatest hardware. Now, I'm not saying you were going to go and pick up a 960 like Mikey has in his computer, but you could at least get
Bro,
away
really? Blow up my spot like that? Are you serious?
with it. You need the upgrade,
Oh
fam.
my god.
But you could at least get a decent 10 series for not too much money, like a couple $100, and then build a very powerful computer around that. Like right before COVID struck, the PC market was in the best area it could have been.
And now it's literally in the worst since like 2001.
Yeah, it hasn't been in a worse position since then. That's why everybody's still considered. It's why the console wars have kind of seen a resurgence. But as you see with the latest console generation, they're just glorified PCs.
Yes, I can agree with that.
And they made it obvious. Didn't they release like, oh yeah, we have an AMD processor inside and this and that. It's just they're basically PCs nowadays. They're not even their standalone hardware.
Yeah, it's still just about, like, for me personally, it was a lot about, like, just plugging in and playing. It was mainly though exclusives, but second was this plugging in and playing. I didn't want to build a PC again. I don't want to deal with the issues I have to deal right now with my PC. I just don't want to do it. I just want to sit down. I don't have that luxury anymore where I can just, like, spend hours of my day troubleshooting. I just want to sit down and play sometimes. Let blow off some steam, because at the end of the day, for me, it's just a pastime. It's not much of a hobby, more so a pastime. So, like, and that's like, I'm speaking for like millions of people right now.
Yeah, a lot of
when
people
I say
relate to that, unfortunately.
Like, it's literally just a pastime for a lot of people. It's not like how others see like an art form or a hobby or anything
That's
like
why
that.
the console is the simplest thing. You hit the button and
Yeah.
you can immediately.
I feel
start
like I
getting
kind of have to disagree with that because if you invest the money into a PC, it is far simpler. Well, it's on the same level of simple.
Well,
as
think
a
about it
console.
like this: on PC, how many buttons do you have to hit in order to get into a game you want to play?
I mean, if you have it on your desktop, one.
All right, so let's say you streamlined it. You got that shortcut on your desktop. You boot up your computer. You hit your lock screen. You log into your
Yes.
computer. You double tap that game. How many things pop up in your way before you get there? All the apps you have on
Steam.
startup. Steam
To be
has to
fair,
connect. And you have to go through
yes.
all your launchers, make sure the proper ones are opening. If it's a Ubisoft
Yeah, although
launcher, I'll see
PC
you in
is
10
better.
years. Hold on. If it's Ubisoft, I'll see you in 10 years when that finally opens. If it's Origin, then you're going to have to wait for that to pop up because that takes forever, but the game starts up in a reasonable time, unlike Ubisoft fix you goddamn games. Anyway, and Steam is going to tell you about its latest update that it's got to install. Then you got to deal with Discord popping up while you're booting up your game. So you got to minimize all that so you can finally play your game. That's a decent amount of stuff. Now, granted, not everybody's going to have every launcher and their mother installed, and maybe it is as simple as getting that one game.
Yeah.
But more often, it's not. Versus on console, you walk up to your console. If it's an Xbox, you smack that circle. Do they even have that on the Xbox anymore, Mikey? Can you
A
confirm?
circle?
Yeah, the good old circle. The one that gives us the red ring.
Oh,
of death?
the center button? Yeah.
Okay, so they still got that. So you just smack that circle, it boots up. You click your profile, you click your game. That's it.
Bet you with SSDs now, there's like no load times.
I mean, I'm just a PC purist.
I think PC Master Race all the way.
Oh no, me
But
too.
for
I think that
simpletons
at,
who want to keep it as simple as possible.
I feel like if
That's
you're
their thing.
so deep into gaming and you have $1,000 to $1,500 to spend, if you only have the 500, sure, console is amazing. But if you have $1,000 to spend, $1,500 to spend it on a PC. Do not spend it on a console, because you will be upset in 5 years, in 3 years. Spend it on a PC. You can do far more on a PC than just play
That's the
games.
problem. That's the problem that most people have. You can do far more, and they don't want to do that.
yeah, I think the
But it's
problem
like
is,
it has the simplicity of just double click the game. It will launch after the first time. The first time setup, sure, PC is difficult. It has so many hoops to jump through. You have to make sure everything is good. But once you do it once, everything is simple. You just
I'm just
click
playing
on the
devil's
icon
advocate
and you
because I
play.
think everybody should actually try to get the best bang for the buck. And the end of the story, PC is the master race in that case.
Yes.
no, PC is better. Like straight up, like it's not as intuitive, and you will run into more issues every time. Not every time, but like you will run into more issues in the future, especially if you don't know what you're doing. But like at
Or
the end of
have
the day,
the
it's
tech
better.
friends.
Yeah, or have the tech friends. Like at the end of the day, it is better. Like straight. Like
But chances are, if you chose to go the PC route at any point in time in the last years, you've decided you're either gonna learn up on this stuff to where you at least know the common troubleshooting issues. Oh, I gotta update my drivers. Oh, the app is up to date. Oh, my internet's just straight up not
well,
working.
some people don't even know how to do that.
Or you have the tech friend who'll explain it to you.
Mhm.
And if you got onto the PC market, that's probably what happened. But most people, they rather just skip all that simplicity, and that's why consoles are still as they are.
Yeah, to
don't
me,
I
I
don't
feel
agree
like
with people doing that, but they're doing it.
yeah, I feel like the couple minutes, not even hours, the minutes that it takes you to convert to PC and learn what you need to learn about PC, it is far more worth it than just paying $50 for a console, $500, my bad, $500 for a console, and then $60 a year to play online. Than just learning console, spending a bit more upfront, and having a better experience.
I mean, that's if you even want to play online. Like, if you're one of those dudes like me who just like to play single player games and you play literally one multiplayer game.
Loner. I mean,
I didn't hear what you said. I didn't hear what you said, honestly.
I'm gonna let that one slide.
Yeah, I seriously didn't hear it, but whatever. You're mad. Yeah, so like if you're like me, you literally only play one multiplayer game, or you don't even play a multiplayer game, and you just play story mode games, like, oh, you heard Spider-Man was out. Oh, you heard God of War when you played when you were like a teenager it came out. Or hey, you heard that even what's on Xbox? Like, I don't even know as an Xbox exclusive, but like any other like story mode game, like if you're just a story mode player, you're not even bother with online. You don't even know what's going on probably on Twitter or anything like that. You follow your favorite YouTuber, they say, "Hey, this game's fun," and then you buy the game. Like that's most people's whole relationship with games.
Yeah, it is, isn't it?
It really is. Like people don't realize how powerful reviews are. Like sure, like we'll go like all these different places to find like a good review for the game, but most people won't even do that. They'll just either go to one YouTuber or their friend and be like, "Hey, you play
That's a really good point. I mean, Devin, the guy earlier who took your spot in the game,
Yeah.
he found. So I don't know if you guys heard about it. Ubisoft is working on. You remember Avatar: The Blue People? The
Yeah.
Yeah. Ubisoft got licensing permission and are developing an Avatar game.
Oh my
And
god.
the only reason he found out about it is because a TikTok popped up, and he's like, "Oh, doesn't that look cool? We should get it." I'm like, "Bro, all you saw was a TikTok on it. That's it. That's it. You sold from that. That's it."
Pretty much.
And yeah, that's it. That's
Yeah,
how
that's so
simple they
crazy.
think about it. Meanwhile, when I first found out about that, I was like, "Oh, let me hop on Reddit. Let me scroll through what everybody's gonna
Yeah,
say. Let's
yeah,
see
like,
how
you gotta
long
get
this game is
informed
in
first.
development. Which teams of Ubisoft are actually working on this." I was like, "I'm not dumping anything into this, even if I see a little bit of gameplay, because I mean, we have two perfect examples of games where they ain't doing so hot. Well, sorry, they didn't do so hot even after they had leaked gameplay. Freaking Cyberpunk and No Man's Sky each had
Oh
plenty of
yeah.
gameplay videos before they released, and then they released them.
I will say No Man's Sky has made an amazing comeback. I
Yeah,
actually very like the game.
I'm enjoying it a lot. I do have
I
one.
still have yet to play it.
You haven't played it yet? I bought it
No.
the other day, and I've been playing it with Devin and Nick. It's actually pretty fun. What ticked me off is by default the game has all the settings set to ultra.
Yeah.
So Devin on his laptop wasn't sure why the game was running like crap and everybody's teleporting from here and there. And it's because they couldn't handle it because it was on ultra. So that's a little weird hiccup that I don't know why they haven't like tended to that, but
But
Still
in
have it?
terms of core gameplay, I think No Man's Sky has made a very big comeback. And
Yeah.
it's actually a decent game.
it is definitely is a decent game. The dog fighting is pretty fun. I haven't really found AIs that are that difficult just yet. I'm wondering.
Yeah.
I'm still in the beginning of it. Like, I just beat the
I've
tutorial.
technically beat the game, and then it kind of resets itself. I don't want to spoil it, but it kind of resets itself a little bit. So, like, I'm in the second part of the game,
Oh,
but
I know the
it's definitely a pretty decent game. Yeah. Like, I
just
would
got
stick with
introduced-
it.
I just found the player hub, so I legit
Ah.
just made it past the tutorial.
The, like, Nexus or whatever it's called.
Yeah, the
Right,
giant
yeah.
the giant orb that they were totally like creepy ice cream man about, like, hey, get in my vehicle, and you're like,
Yeah. I get, yeah.
But yeah, no,
I'm
I
in
think
like
the game
the
has
second
definitely made a comeback.
iteration of the game, so like yeah, I enjoy it, but would I go back to play it right at the moment? Probably not. If I get bored, definitely. It's a good game.
It's a game that I'm using to take a break from shooters.
Yes, it's a good. It's kind of like Minecraft in that sense. It's
Yeah.
a good relaxing game.
I love Minecraft so much.
I've been getting back into Minecraft, and you know, now they made modding so easy. It's obscene. I'm
Really?
addicted to modding now.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it's modding at the click of a button.
Oh,
On
wow.
CurseForge, you could legit just keep downloading.
Oh yeah,
hundreds
yeah,
of-
yeah. I
hundreds of
remember.
mods. So that's what I've been doing. My smallest mod pack has over 100 mods in it.
Jesus. Yeah,
But-
Minecraft. Yeah, I don't know what it is. There's not enough games like that where you can kind of just get lost in it. And like there's like almost infinite possibilities like Terraria, Minecraft, No
I
Man's
would
Sky.
I haven't played
Definitely
Terraria.
recommend No Man's Sky. Like I know you haven't played it, but it's actually a pretty
No
good
Man's
game.
Sky is the Minecraft for people who got pissed off that Minecraft looks the way it is, and
Yes.
there's only a single world.
Yes.
That's what No Man's Sky is for.
Yeah, my brother played it. He liked it. He doesn't even like games like that. So I know I gotta play it eventually. It's just a matter of shelling out the money for it. Because it's still
mean-
$60, I believe.
You can get it on sale. Like I
You can
feel
get
like
Well,
Yeah.
hold on. First, he needs to upgrade his computer. Then he can.
Yes.
No, I'll get it on
Yeah.
my Xbox or my
Work
PS5.
on it. No. I don't think it's cross-plat.
you need it on PC. I don't know why you bought an Xbox Series
Because of
X
Halo.
and a PS5.
The
You-
PlayStation
you need-
exclusive games.
You need a computer, and life would be so much better.
Yes.
Honestly, like, can I show you guys? Like, I wish I could show you guys right now the games I have installed on Steam. Like,
What,
installed.
5 of them?
Like, what?
Wait, you have like 5 games on there?
No, I have a couple. I have 21 games.
All right.
Really 20, not including Battlefield. I have stuff like Blood, that's a boomer shooter from like the 90s. The first 3 Dead Space games.
Yo, did you just say a boomer shooter?
That's what they call them. It's corny. It's just the only thing I know how to call them. Doom 2, Doom 64, Duke Nukem. The first 3 Fallout games where they're like top down, like they're at like what's it called? They're at like a top down look like view,
Okay.
and they're much more roleplay. Final Doom, like Halo Wars, I stuff like Heretic, Hexen, like Noida. That's a freaking fun game. I'm gonna talk about that. Like I have all games that are like old, like because that's just what I like. I like retro games. So in terms of upgrading a PC for gaming, like I just wouldn't. Like I wouldn't get something with like.
No, you have to.
See, but that's like the thing with PC is you're not just spending the money on gaming. When you buy a better computer, you buy a better experience all around on everything you do.
I don't even really use my computer anymore. I mainly use it. I write scripts, and I can do that on a Chromebook.
Yeah, but like the entire experience of using it, from booting it up, from everything that you think about a computer for, if you spend the extra money, it makes it better.
Didn't you also do a bunch of video editing? Weren't you complaining about how that was a pain in the butt to do, like last semester?
Only when it like got to an hour.
See, but that would be so much quicker and so much better on a computer, like a modern computer.
Like I agree, but like I don't disagree with getting a modern computer because I do want to get one. But it's like getting a 3080 versus a 3060.
I'm not saying no. Listen,
you don't have to get a 3080. Just get something new. You're running a 960. That is
this isn't just
so
about
old.
This isn't just about your GPU either, my guy.
But no, I'm just saying like as an example. But like it's just so much money. Like I'd have to spend probably 1600 on a new PC.
Which you would have if you didn't buy a PS5 and an Xbox Series X, plus the games you bought for them.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, that is true.
I need an Xbox Series X. I needed it for Halo. Like, I just needed it.
But if you had a PC, it wouldn't be an issue. It would literally be a non-issue.
because I need to use the...
Didn't all the Halos, aren't they all getting released on PC?
Yeah, but I don't want to play a keyboard and mouse.
You can play with a controller on console.
Yeah, no, there's no aim assist on PC.
This guy.
And there's no they did certain things.
You're afraid of aim assist? You're afraid of not having aim assist?
Yes, dude, I aim with a thumb. Yeah, I am afraid of not having aim assist.
Honestly, I would teach you how to play keyboard and mouse. Because it's so much better. Once you get rid of your console shackles, you would enjoy life.
Honestly, can I say something though? Can I just recommend a game to you guys now?
Does it cost money? Because I'm kind of broke right now. But
like $15. Not even. I think less. I'm gonna click story page.
Go ahead.
But there's this game called Noida, right?
Noia.
And it's a roguelike. And it's about how much is it? It's $20, my bad. So, it's like you're going into this like you start out like at the outside of a cave and you're going into a cave and it's a randomly procedurally generated world every time. Like every single time it's a different world, right? And it's gigantic. Like think Binding of Isaac but bigger. And it's more like side scroll. It's a side scroller too. So like the amount of like what you can see is much bigger, and literally everything in the game you interact with, like everything. Like you have like a fire wand, and like there's like a piece of rope tied to like a wheelbarrow that's like you wouldn't even think to use, but if you burn it, the wheelbarrow can go down somewhere and like help you. Like the game has so much interactability, and it rewards you for like testing things out and trying to figure things out on your own.
Mm-hmm.
And like experiments. That's what I'm looking for experimenting a lot. And it's just like so good because like you're always using your head with it. Like you're always like thinking what you can do next or like what's possible. And the combat's all right. It's mainly what I mainly like about it though is the problem solving, because like a lot of it is problem solving.
Uh-huh.
So I know no, it's single player, of course. but
So-
it's something I really recommend. Actually, I don't know.
I'll
if it's
tell
multiplayer.
you my most recent issue. So you're fully aware how I 3D model as my job right now.
Yeah.
Everything I do is on my computer. So therefore, I've developed a habit of where if I am alone, I cannot play a single player game
Why?
because I would be far more productive doing my 3D modeling and studying up and getting better at that.
Oh, that's so lame.
So I now can't I can't convince myself to play single player games anymore because I'm like, dude, I could be improving something that makes me money. And then I boot up
I hate how I don't like how it makes sense.
Yeah.
Stop. I don't like your productiveness. Let's just stop.
See, I feel the same way, but with photography, because that's my main hobby at the moment. So, like, I can't play games in general by myself if I don't have friends to play with, because they're not fun, and I can be learning something that brings me more joy than playing a video.
Yeah, exactly. So
That's how
I can't
Well,
play
see, that-
single player games anymore. I have to, if I'm gonna be playing a video game, it's got to be multiplayer, and my boys got to get on.
Yeah, that's not how I am. Like I use it just as like a pass. I like if I'm chilling out, I'm either reading or I'm just gonna play Halo or a single player game for like an hour.
I mean, I still read. I could still do reading, but I do that when it's, I'm clocking out, going to sleep.
Yeah,
Oh,
I
I
would be
can't-
doing it right now,
can't
and
do that.
opposed to talking to you guys. I would be doing it when I'm falling asleep. There's nothing better else for me to do. Like, I
no.
can't learn at the moment, but I would rather read.
I can't. You know, what, I should start actually reading, but I don't. For me, it's like an event to read, because it just is. Like when I read, it's like I'm getting. Like I can't explain it. It's like I'm going out of my way to do something amazing. Like
What?
it sounds stupid, just reading, right?
Do you have to hype
But, like,
yourself up to read?
Well, not that I don't have to hype myself up, but like I can't read in the wrong setting. Like I'll be too distracted. Like when I get, it's like how I am with video games. Like you know how
I
I
get
can't
his
talk.
monocle ready. Got to get
Yeah,
the
like,
light
I-
over his shoulder.
Like you know how like I can't talk to you guys if I play single player games.
Well, yes.
Like
Yeah.
like I was playing Spider-Man and Andrew's comments like I can't. I was like I can't talk right now because it screws up my immersion. Like I want to be fully into this thing. I don't care about anything else on the outside world. My immersion matters so much to me. So I gotta be in the right setting. I gotta like do all these things. I gotta have like I bought a cookbook stand.
Well, that's why I'm saying that's why I read at night. I'm legit.
No, that's not the right saying.
Nobody disrupts you, so it's quiet. You have whatever setting you like to read, and you can turn off your lights if you like reading in the dark. Turn them on. Oh, sorry. I read on mobile. I read on my phone. I don't read physical books anymore because print is dead. Hashtag ebook.
Print is not dead.
It is.
I solely read physical. Print is not dead.
In 10 years, there will be no such thing as paper, bro.
They literally said that 30 years ago.
And we'll
Yes,
say it for
but no.
another 30.
I'm not even kidding. They made a joke about it. I just watched Ghostbusters from like 1986 or 85, I think.
Mm-hmm.
They literally just made a joke. Like they literally said print is dead in 1985.
But, like, it's actually kind of
1984.
true at the moment. It's actually kind of true at the moment.
Yeah,
because
I'm sure they said the same thing in 1984.
No, but like even classrooms don't even exist anymore because of the pandemic. We're in a Zoom world. Everything is digital.
I think it's more of this. The world has basically been set up to where print could be dead, but nobody's made the push. Rona
Yes.
happened, and that was the push.
Yes. Like, there's
I
no
disagree.
point to go back to any physical media. We don't even have to meet in person anymore. Like, there's no point.
Oh, so I'll give you a perfect example. Something I'm really ticked off that they just did. My local DMV, you were able to get your IDs and everything online. Fantastic. They modernized thanks to the pandemic. This past month, they changed that now. They're going back to in-person IDing only. So you can't get your state ID or anything that you really shouldn't have to show up in person. If you're taking an online test anyway, to get like a permit or something.
That's what I don't get.
They make you show up in person for that. So
Like-
they can sit you in a room where nobody supervises you anyway. Okay.
Yeah. Like, even if they still offer the online test, but you still have
Hello?
to go in to show the paperwork. That's what I don't understand.
Yeah. So we had all these backward practices, and then Rona gave us the push because we do have the infrastructure to handle it. We have high-speed internet nowadays. We have massive amounts of storage online. So
There's honestly no point for physical media of any kind to exist anymore. No DVDs, no CDs, no
disagree.
paperwork. There's
No, I
honestly no
disagree.
point.
I disagree. Because at the end of the day, when you download something,
for a casual consumer, there's no need. For
No,
obviously storage and other purposes, like more high-end purposes, there's still the need. But
I'll tell
at
you
a
why,
consumer
because of
level,
preservation.
I don't. Yeah.
No, I think it's incredibly important, just for solely for preservation's sake, that we continue with physical media probably forever.
But
When something, it's a part of history. Well, when anything's released, I'm talking anything, a movie, a book,
Write it up on
you know,
hard
anything.
drive. Shove it in a
No,
closet.
yeah, you lose the hard drive, then what happens?
But you can
Oh,
have
you
a
lose the piece of
physical
paper.
digital copy. That's my thing. Like flash drives and stuff. You can have physical
No,
backups
so here's
that
the
are
issue with
digital.
using flash storage and such. SSDs and flash drives all have to maintain a current, and if they don't get like plugged in or used for multiple years, the data does get erased because the current that's keeping the storage in gets depleted. That's why I said hard drive specifically, because it actually notches the data onto a disk. So
But like,
for long-term storage, hard drives are the way, not SSDs or flash drives.
yeah, but like you can also have tape backups, but tapes don't have to be paperwork.
Yeah,
They can be
exactly.
digital still. So there's still no point to having physical
It's like
paperwork.
writing on cuneiform tablets instead of switching to paper. You have a more efficient way of doing things. That doesn't.
It's more
have
efficient,
detriments.
but it's still important to have physical media.
I don't know. I feel like paper is just a waste of time and money
Especially-
at the current moment.
Especially considering like the kind of landscape we live in as far as entertainment goes. Like we don't own almost none of our entertainment now.
I mean, that's
nobody,
a different issue.
like nobody owns like we at the end of the day it's a streaming service. It's an account that you pay, like you pay to watch them, you don't pay to own them.
That's a
You know?
different issue in my
Well, it's the same issue.
No,
It's the same
that's-
issue. Physical media. Because let's just say that you're right. Print is dead. It dies in 10 years. What will replace it? Will it have to be a subscription service for textbooks, chapter books, things like that?
No,
That
I
already-
just feel
that
like
already
the digital
exists.
market should follow the
we
physical
have-
market, but there just shouldn't be a physical market anymore. I don't.
No, I
think I
disagree.
should. I don't think I should have to pay $5 a month to access something. I feel like I should pay whatever it is, $30 to own that property forever in a digital form. I don't think I should have to have a physical media in order to own that thing.
But you wouldn't have to do that.
Like,
but
look
like
at
I
it-
said, at
look
the end
at
of the day, what you're buying, like unless you're pirating it, it's literally going to be linked to an account forever. Like straight up. Or you would
But
have to...
That's what I mean. That's a different issue to me.
Not necessarily.
Yeah, but when you say, "Oh, that's a different issue," this is a different issue. It's really the same issue. I mean, there's too much going on with digital media for it to be like, yeah, I just want to go digital media and that's it. Like, there's just too much going on. Like, too many factors at play.
Well, I
hold on,
think
hold on,
Peter
hold on.
has
I'm
the
gonna
point,
say
so
it.
I
I'm
want
gonna
him
say
to
it.
make it.
So, think about.
You don't even know what
Barnes and
Peter's point
Nobles.
is, and he has one.
Look at Barnes and Nobles first, for an example. So, let's say print isn't dead. Okay, you have the Barnes and Noble now has to have this physical store, taking up physical space to store all their books and knowledge, whatnot.
Well, they don't
that
have
sell.
to. They already do.
I know. So, you want to buy the book, you go to the store, buy the book, whatever. We all know how the process goes. They can do that same exact style of business in the digital, where instead of having the extra expense of the store, the employees and whatnot, they host it all digitally. You could still have your one-off purchase, and heck, you don't even need to have an account with them.
No, it's still linked to
Just
the
like,
account.
hold on, just like you don't need to have an Amazon account to buy from Amazon.
Yeah, but you're talking about things that don't exist.
You can get rid of. No, I just told you an example. That does exist. You can buy from Amazon without having an account.
Well, like digital. Because I know that's not true.
What?
Like I know that's not true. Yeah, you can't like Amazon does the Amazon Prime Video store. That's how you buy any digital media.
No, hold on. Look, if I want to buy a pool on Amazon, I don't have to be logged into an account.
Oh yeah, that's a physical pool, dude.
But that's like that's the point we're making. Is that it should follow the same thing?
But it doesn't.
It can apply to the same.
So it won't. But it's not gonna.
But it can and it should.
But no, it should, but it's not gonna. So I'm just speaking from a realistic standpoint, saying print is not dead because this is just how the current world is. Like that's just how it is. Like it's. I'm not talking.
Have you heard of Gumroad?
Gumroad.
Gumroad is it's more for developers and game artists and whatnot, but they work on a situation. Yes, you do download and it does link it to your account, but you can use whatever you bought from Gumroad without attaching it to an account. They literally send you an email delivery of it. And
that's great for Gumroad.
So that's an example. It's a
I highly doubt. Yeah, but that's not a realistic example. Like that's something that exists. Like okay, here's something that exists that's not realistically gonna ever be like something that's ever functional. Tesla cars, like Tesla as a whole. Tesla has become such.
That's not a print situation. We're talking about.
Well, hold on, no. But what you're describing now is something that just can't exist. Like what you're describing now is something that just won't ever exist. Something that's so free form and without. Because hold on, well, can I explain?
Got it.
Something that's just so free form, and without any, not laws, but not without any sort of like somebody will come with deep pockets, will do it better and monetize it.
What are you talking?
Like just straight up, no, like what you're describing to me, Gumroad. Like what you just described. Somebody will take what. Somebody, well, I'm not saying they're doing it, but somebody will do it. Like realistically speaking. Like, whatever's free is already being done now, better paid. You know?
I don't know what you're
I don't know where you're going, my guy.
Okay. Alright, so think about it. Okay, alright. So think about this.
I think you got lost in the sauce.
No, I'm playing a game while we're talking. But think about this, right? Gumroad is... Let me just make sure I understand. Gumroad is a service where you can buy things without an account and it's yours, right?
Gumroad, you log into an account. Now hold on. Gumroad, you log into account, but the final delivery is not linked to the account because.
What's final delivery of what?
Of the product that you bought.
Like a pool? Like this example.
Your problem originally was that things aren't attached to an account and you don't actually own it because it's all hosted on the server, correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, that's one of my problems. That's not the problem.
Alright, so that's so we're gonna address that problem specifically. Because Gumroad is one of the examples of why it's not actually a problem, because there's plenty of situations like Gumroad where that isn't a problem. Because they host the file on the server, yes, but you download it locally and it's not encrypted after they send it to you. So you have full access and full usage of said file, but it's no longer linked to your account. So if you wanted to turn around the next day and be sleazy about it and actually like start pirating it and selling it to other people, you technically could. It's fully within your power. You fully own that copy. You can go take it wherever you want.
Cool.
So it's not linked to your account, and that is an example that in the current modern market, which is it's a very popular.
Yeah, but you mentioned some very popular. I never heard of that thing in my life.
In game development.
Oh, so it has a certain. Oh, okay, I see what's going on.
You wouldn't have heard
So
of
it has
it if you're not
it has
engaged
a
at all.
niche. Well, it has a niche use, I guess.
But the
I
thing
would
is
say-
that can
it's-
apply to the greater audience
Yes.
of
I don't think it
everything
could.
else.
I don't
Like
think it
instead
could.
of Amazon,
Well-
you pay your membership and you watch the video
Well,
on their
hold on.
website.
Let me
Wait,
let
no,
me
no,
just
no,
ask
no.
this.
Let me finish. Let
I
me.
just have to ask. Like, I have a question about Gumroad. I have
Okay.
a question about it. So, what is sold and bought there for game devs?
3D models, for example.
So, 3D model, something that's not licensed, something that somebody just makes, and so there's no licensing attached, there's no brand attached. It's more just.
They can license it. That go,
Oh yeah, I believe you.
Copyright's completely broken right now for digital assets, and it will be until
Exactly.
the governments catch up. But
Well, that's one of the problems. That's why I had to ask, because licensing is a huge issue.
no,
It's one of the
so
and
licensing
everything-
is a huge issue, but it's
And every
I'm
digital
specifically
retailer.
I'm specifically talking about 3D models and like digital.
Oh yeah,
new-
but you're talking
real-time
about
digital
something.
assets. Because
But you're
print-
talking about something
ebooks,
that doesn't.
Hold on, Mikey. Hold on. Ebooks and book licensing, those are all the same as they were X how many years ago, pre-internet boom. Okay, all that copyright still applies. It's just now instead of on a piece of paper.
I mean, actually, it doesn't.
digital.
But
Have you wrote a book and tried to look up the copyright about it?
I'm being honest. Like, copyright law has changed tremendously in the last.
Okay.
Well, the
Like,
law
even 20
itself
years.
hasn't changed.
Oh no,
The
it has.
application.
Well, I mean,
Like,
the
law,
main thing-
what I'm saying is for the books, though, the same reasoning and laws that apply to copywriting a book apply to the digital version as well.
Then what are they?
I don't know. I'm not a writer
So then, how could you make that claim?
because
You
I
don't
looked
know
in-
that.
I looked
Because you don't
into-
even know this.
I looked into
No,
copyright
you
when
don't
I-
even know what the. But you don't know what the law is for books. How could you say it's the same as the 3D modeling?
I'm not saying it's the same. I'm saying
You
it's the
just
same as
said-
its print version.
All right. Well, I have
It's
some.
not.
I have something to say. When I buy, let's say, a DVD, I own that physical media. That
Right.
disc, I can do whatever I want with. If I want to give it to you, I can. What's to stop a revolution in the internet media where instead of I have to have an Amazon account with an active Amazon subscription to watch an Amazon video, I buy that video and I have that MP4 or digital format of that video for the rest of my life, and if I want to send it to someone to watch, why can't I do that?
But you can.
But what do you mean? If I record and redistribute an
No, I mean, like,
Amazon
you
video?
physically can. Like, you legally can't, but you physically can.
But that's what I'm saying. Legally, if I own a disc, I can sell it to you. I can give it to you. It doesn't matter. If I own the physical media, I can do that. What makes the digital media different?
Well,
Why
'cause
is
the
that a
digital
problem?
media?
Why do I buy a license to that media, instead of buying the media itself? That's the problem. With digital, you buy a license to that media. You buy the right to view it. You don't buy the right to distribute. But when you buy a physical media, you buy the right to own a copy of that and do whatever you want with it as you wish.
Oh yeah, exactly.
That's
like, what
my
you're
problem,
describing
and
now-
it should be the same. If I buy a digital
not.
version, I should buy the right to that copy. I should be able to send it, use it however I want, because I bought that copy.
Well, yeah, exactly. Physically.
But isn't that the
digital,
whole
you can-
argument that we had before?
No, but digitally, you're not buying. But when you buy it digitally, but through Amazon, you're not buying it. You're kind of just saying, yeah, I get to watch it whenever I want.
But
Because at
that's
the end of the day,
but
that
wasn't
video-
that the problem
What?
that we
Wait.
were saying the entire time?
what do you mean?
No, that is
That
the problem.
digitally and
Yeah.
physically, it should be the same.
Yes, that.
No,
that's
but
his-
it's not.
Yeah, no, so
But
that-
it should
that's-
be.
Yes, so
Ah.
that's the problem that Mikey's saying. Mikey's saying that these should be the same, but they currently aren't.
Yeah. Like we live, like I'm speaking realistically here. I'm not speaking in dreamland where I wish we could distribute everything digitally, dog. Really, but we just
Currently,
can't. Like that's
you're
just
right, Mike.
it's just not how it works.
It isn't commonplace. However, in reference to the original topic, which is print,
In 10
me
years,
saying- me
print
saying-
will be dead.
me saying print is, I didn't say specifically 10 years. That was all Andrew. But what I'm saying is, with me saying print is dead, we have the means to digitize most consumer grade media.
I mean, we still don't though. Like when you say the means, we have the technology
yeah,
to.
we have
But
the
when you
tech,
say
we have the
means,
capability.
yeah, like you can fit, like you have the technology, but you don't actually have the means to do it.
What do you
Because the
mean?
means would
What-
require cooperation on a gigantic corporate scale that spans hundreds of thousands of companies.
So what you're
That-
saying
that-
is
that-
it would
those are
require
the
the
means.
standardization of the application of law between physical
Yeah, like it
and
would be
digital.
what you're talking about would be something so unprecedented. Like it would be like
Well, that's what I was saying.
revolutionary.
COVID.
So in
has
10
pushed
years,
a lot of those things to actually happen.
yeah, but it hasn't though because copyright law is now more stringent than ever. It's more stricter than it has ever been. You listen to a song while you're on a YouTube video, it'll copyright strike you. That's how it used to be that in a show in
Hold
like
on.
in bars now
music
in digital
industry
and
is a
bars.
song industry is a monster.
Yeah, it's like this is what I'm talking about here. Because now digital distribution of songs have changed the copyright industry for music.
Hmm.
So like in bars now, I didn't know this. I learned this recently. In bars, you have to actually contact like the federal something of music or like I don't know, something about music copyright to actually get a request
What
to
the
play
hell?
music in your bars. You can't play certain songs in your bars. You have to get a license and permission from these different companies. And that's including if you don't have to actually pay money for that. I'm saying, look this up. I'm not even kidding. And that's not including places like ones that do well, what's it called? Not song covers. It's called something else.
Parody?
But that's not including ones that might play like radio stations. Because you won't even be able to play a radio station. Because the radio station people will be after you. And that's something totally different.
Jesus Christ. As I said, the music industry is a whole another monster. All on its own.
Exactly.
Honestly,
But
the
what
way
I'm
the
saying-
music
yes, Mikey,
industry
so
is
what
set
I
up
was saying
is so
was,
toxic.
Yes, it is. We do have the technology. Means, I guess you're right. We would need the cooperation of a lot of monsters in the print industry to actually make it happen. But yes, what I'm saying is we have the technology here, and it could theoretically be done if the stars aligned,
yeah.
people got on it.
Oh
And
yeah, I agree.
honestly
I
think
agree with
it-
that.
now, I do think it should be done.
I still don't
On
think
the
it should be
consumer
done.
level. On the consumer level.
I think it should.
Well,
There's too
I
many
still don't-
advantages to it.
I still don't think it should compared to in terms of preservation and censorship, especially today. People are going back and censoring digital versions of movies. So on Amazon, if you bought Roger Rabbit, this is a good thing we're talking bring this up. If you bought Roger Rabbit on Amazon when it first came out, they actually just recently did this where there was like a frame, like a single frame in Roger Rabbit where Jessica's her skirt, like her dress, it looked like her dress was up because the red color wasn't there for a single frame out of 24 frames in a second. So what they did, what Disney, or I think it was Warner Brothers did, they had Amazon and all these different companies fix it. They fixed it, and then they made Amazon, all these companies distribute it like that. So they literally changed the copy you bought.
Laughs in
Like the
dissent.
copy you.
See, but that's my argument, is that instead of it being I lease the copy and
Also-
you give me whatever copy you have, I should get the copy that I bought at the time I bought it, and it should stay the same regardless of
Well, yeah,
everything
that's
else.
like
I
that's
should
another
get
one
the
of those
MP4
things.
files sent to my email of the movie I bought, and it should stay the same, and I should have access to that same exact copy, no matter what.
Well,
Like, yeah,
that's a great idea and all, but in the U.S. that's not happening because we lost net neutrality. So
Yes,
yeah.
true.
so yeah, that's what, at this point I'm like, you know what? Like, I agree with you guys, but I throw in the towel and that fight long ago.
we
Like,
already,
straight
we
up,
already
like-
lost the internet war here in
Yeah,
the
but what
States.
y'all are talking about is like so far and away of what can actually happen. One day, maybe, who knows?
Well,
But
no. See, it's pretty simple.
copyright law is
If-
only getting worse.
If we didn't lose net neutrality over here, we can totally do that. I mean, they already do it with torrent sites, with torrenting and all that. They have the version, and you can keep it as live as long as you seed it. Like,
I mean, yeah, that's
It's
a
already a
torrent
thing.
site. I mean,
Yeah,
that's
well,
already
you can do that
independent agents of chaos working at hand
Yeah.
outside of licensors.
but I'm saying that right there, that's a way that it could technically happen in the modern day and age. However, with ISPs literally having full control and basically do whatever and get away with the badge, they could just blink and shut it down. It's like losing net
Exactly,
neutrality.
so,
they
let me
can do
ask you
whatever.
guys. Let me ask you guys this: do you think it's gonna get better as time goes on, or worse?
I think
I
it's
feel
gonna
like
get
giving
worse.
enough time, given enough lawsuits, it will get better.
So
So if you think better, what's the time frame on that?
20, 30 years. Like, it's not happening anytime soon. But I
What do you think, Andrew? John? Sorry. What, Andrew? I didn't hear. I thought you finished.
I'm just saying 20, 30 years, it'll get better. Because there's no way that you can honestly think that this current situation where when you pay your money, you buy the right to have an experience. Like, you buy the right to view it, but you don't own it. I don't know if I'm coming across how I feel like I should be coming
I think I
across.
get what you're saying.
But like, you buy the right to view something, but you don't buy what you're buying.
You're
That's what I
renting the movie, basically.
Yeah.
A glorified
Basically.
version of renting it.
Yes, you're renting it, but you're not renting it.
So you think it'll get better in like 20, 30 years?
I hope it will get better. I'm not confident because things, but I hope, given enough lawsuits.
I
It will
don't
get better.
think it will get better. Mikey, do you remember
Yeah.
how long can a person stay in Congress?
Off the top of my head, I think it's. I know
Years?
one of.
6
I thought
years?
senators were 6 years.
Can they be reelected?
No, I
Yeah.
thought senators are 6 years though. I thought senators were 6 years, and Congress people were.
Are there term limits?
I think
No term limits.
you can
Okay.
be
No.
elected, but you stay for 6 years, but you can be reelected infinite number of times.
So, the reason I ask that is because look at the age of how many Congress members we have. Aren't they mostly in like the 70s to 80s? So
Yeah.
if that's the average range for a senator or a congressman, that means our generation won't. So our generation, the generation that currently knows the most about the internet and its workings, aren't gonna be seeing anybody who knows a half inkling about it for at least 40 to 60, because
Oh yeah.
these guys are gonna croak, and then the next people are up, which is our parents' generation. Our parents' generation will now be in Congress until they're in their 80s. Then that happens, all right.
Yeah.
And then after that, that's our older brothers, sisters, the last of the millennials. Those guys finally get it. And finally, we have somebody who knows a half thing or two about the internet.
Yeah, and the
older.
ones who.
So what? That's
are
40-ish years?
I disagree on this point because I feel like our generation is at a point where there's so many of us compared to the older generation where we can overwhelm the older people's vote sooner rather than later. I think in 20 years we can change the world from where we are now.
Oh, we kind of have to. Otherwise, it's GG.
Yeah, but that's a different
That's
conversation.
a different topic. You're right. You're right.
But I feel like we're at the point where there's enough of us that know enough about the current climate to basically obsolete the people in Congress now in 20 years. And it will be younger people in Congress taking over because they will have our vote because they understand what we mean and what we stand for and what we experience on the day-to-day basis.
Maybe. Let's say we get lucky. All right. Let's say we get some of our parents' generation to understand our needs. That's still 20 years out.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like 20 years is a lot sooner of a change than I think we would experience otherwise. I feel like 20 years is a good expectation for the changes we need. And that it won't be a bad thing.
You know what? On devil's advocate to my own argument, we're already pulling some massive things. Like our generation's currently staging some massive boycotts on just the common industry. Like, how many times have you seen, oh, this business can't run, or there's been this kind of walkout? We're having another workers strike situation where they're like, oh, we can't get these kids into jobs, and all these fast food places either have to improve the work environment, raise the pay, or close temporarily until they can find people who take up the job, because we just like, screw it.
I feel like the older generation honestly created a monster with ours.
I agree.
Because we are dangerous. I honestly believe we are dangerous to the current system.
I feel like we're just full of extremes.
If we band together and we agree on something, it is over for everyone else. That's my opinion. But the problem is getting us to agree on something. That's my whole thing.
You said the problem's what? I couldn't quite catch that.
Is getting us to agree on something. If our generation broadly agree on something, it's over for everyone else. It's done.
I'm just, you know what? Speaking about changes, all right. Let's do a final segue, all right? Because it's getting late. All right.
Yeah, I'm about to go sleep.
Let's do one final segue into good old climate change, all right?
Oh, jeez.
Opinions. Are we doomed? Is it GG?
I don't think it's GG yet.
I think we're very close to GG. Like, it's getting to the point where it's do or die. And no one seems to be doing, so I honestly think it's GG. 150 years, 200 years, we're done. We're done for.
What about you, Mikey? What do you say?
150 years. You know, I'm of the mindset where it's more like right around the bend of it getting good.
Of it getting good, like improving?
Yeah, honestly, like Biden. If we get another Democrat after Biden, I think we're in good shape, honestly. Because Biden he didn't just do this. He did this like earlier this year, but he signed this law that states that all government vehicles have to be electric by 2026 or 2024, I believe.
See,
and that's including. I know it's not a big change, but it's a change nonetheless. A step in the right direction.
Let me just point out one issue.
Well, can I just say what it includes real quick?
Go ahead, actually, fine.
It includes mail trucks, what's it called? Buses, what are they? Garbage trucks. Any service on the county level has to be electric by 2026.
That's fantastic. I love.
I have big issues with
but
that.
Here's an issue in that implementation. If he said that it has to be done by 2026, that means they can hold off. Realistically, they can probably hold off till 2024. All right. Do you know what happens in 2024?
I couldn't hear you. My game's like so loud. Can you say it again?
All right. I said that because this doesn't take place until like mandatory 2026, that means they can push it off till 2024. realistically. They could probably crank up production nonstop and get everything done by 2024. Now,
I mean, and that's
something
two-
else big happens in
almost 2
2024.
years.
The presidential election.
Oh yeah.
What
I have
happens
a
if
broader issue with
what
this, but
happens
I'm going to
if
let you
somebody gets
continue.
in? What happens if another president and the Congress switches sides, and they're like, no? Would you look at that?
Well,
We just scratched that
it's
off.
more of like an executive order.
Yeah. And
So
those
it's
can be
not
canceled.
necessarily something that can be, because this is how executive orders work. It's not something that can just be undone. Like the only way it can be undone. No, the only hold on, that's what I was gonna say. The only way it can be undone if it gets stopped right then and there. Like you can't go 4 years, 8 years down the line and say, I don't want this done. Like it can't be, an executive order has to be stopped right then and there. Otherwise, you're not stopping it at all. Straight up.
I'm not.
Like that's just how they work.
I'm not too researched on executive orders. I just know that they are basically a big stick policy for the president to waive temporarily until it gets either shut down or approved by the judicial branch. So
I have a very broad issue on
Okay.
this.
go ahead.
And
Be
that's
careful.
like,
Let's
we
be careful
can-
with what we say here.
It's not well, I hope it's not controversial.
Go ahead.
It's that we can switch everything to electric and that's all good, but our problem isn't things being gas powered, that and this. The problem is how we produce our electricity. We need to go nuclear yesterday. We had to go nuclear power
I agree.
30
Yeah, I agree.
years
That's
ago.
pretty big.
Yep.
But the problem is the broad public does not trust nuclear power, and
In
that
the
is
US.
going to screw us so badly for the next 20, 30 years that by the time we accept it, it will be too late.
Yep.
And it does not matter what we do, we are screwed.
So, my take is I think we are at GG. Like, these next couple years, if we don't get our act together I'm not talking 10 years, I'm talking like 5. We're
Oh, I
already
would
s-
give us 10.
I wouldn't give us
Yeah.
10 because we're already seeing the repercussions of climate change. Now.
I say 10 years. If we don't start rolling out nuclear, then yeah. And
Did
10
you-
years, where
did you-
it's GG.
I wish I got to start saving the articles that I find, but there was an article I read on the news subreddit, and it was saying that only one country has met the Paris Agreement changes, and I think it was like New Guinea, something like that, some small guy. All right. One.
Well,
out
we're
of-
never going to reach that
We're
because
not. We'll
our
pull that
presidential system does not allow us to reach that.
None of our
Because
systems make it efficient for us to reach our goal. But
yeah.
the only one who came close and did reach their goal was one country out of what? How many people probably signed on to that? I don't actually know the numbers, but I know there's like 120 something people in. I just had a stroke and forgot what the that world
Paris
organization.
G7 or G5 or something like that. G something.
I don't know.
What are we talking about?
That organization that basically the major countries in the world are part of.
NATO,
NATO.
United Nations.
The summit,
United
the
Nations.
G5,
No,
G7, something like that.
United Nations.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think we're at GG in the next 5 years. We don't get it together right now, it's over.
I give us 10.
We've
I
seen-
give us 10 maximum.
California's been going through non-stop like issues from climate change.
Oh, now they're trying to ban the gaming PCs.
What?
Not even that. The
didn't know
entire
about that.
world is screwed.
Yeah, because gaming PCs take up a lot of power.
It does. PCs do. Are you
So now they're trying to basically
They
ban.
have like an
how-
efficiency cap on computers, and if they
Yeah.
don't meet them, they're banned.
kidding? Just
pretty
make solar
much.
panels mandatory if you're gonna play stupid games like that.
So, like, the problem is just nuclear. Please, for the love of
I
Christ,
agree.
it will solve all
I
our
agree.
problems.
well, not all of them.
Well, the vast
With
majority.
the kind of personnel we need to run all these plants, I don't think we have enough to run all the plants. But I don't know a half.
I feel like if we
thing
started
about
pushing for
nuclear.
it, there would be enough of a need to incentivize people to go into nuclear
How long
physics,
does it take
and
to
we
build
would have
a
fuel.
nuclear plant?
I have no idea. To be fair, I have no idea.
Because that's another thing. Like for example, this chip shortage, the kind of instruments and everything we need in order to recover from the chip shortage, they're saying that it'd take 5 to 10 years to build one of these factories. And that's just for these microchips. What would it take to build a facility that can safely deal with nuclear radiation? How long does a construction like that take?
Well,
after
to be
you have
fair,
something
we
to
have a large amount of nuclear facilities that have either been spun down or were not operating to the full potential because of public distrust.
We went through. Yeah, I forgot. We did start incorporating a lot of nuclear, and then it
So,
got
like,
shut
if we
down after,
run them
what was it,
to the
Chernobyl?
max capacity, I feel like we would be well on our way.
Maybe that's a start.
It would be enough to delay it, in my opinion. If we had all our nuclear power plants running to max capacity at current point, we would be well on our way to delay it long enough to spin up enough to cancel out the issue.
What we need is a global effort that was at the size of the COVID global effort in order to save us. That's my personal belief. I think
we need everybody to agree that this is an issue and an act now.
I think we need to see that within the next 5 years.
I give it 10, but yes.
I think change needs to happen within the last 5 years, but I think we still have 10 years till doomsday clock starts.
Okay.
I will say that if we don't change where we are in 10 years, it's no matter what we do in 10 years' time, if it's not done by 10 years or enacted by 10 years, we're screwed. We're screwed. If we don't have a plan finalized and beginning in 10 years, we are screwed.
Now, what do you think? It's going to be doomsday, or you think it's going to be gradual population kill-off?
I think it's going to be gradual, but it's going to be quicker than people expect.
I'm thinking it's going to be gradual, and then the remaining nations are going to duke it out. I think it's going to be gradual until basically it hits such a drastic point where it becomes a doomsday event. Because, inherent evil. I have no faith in the human race.
I feel like it's going to get to the point where the global warming deniers can't deny it any longer, but it's already done.
I think we're
there's nothing to do.
You can't deny it anymore.
Yeah, but they still do. So in 10 years' time, there will be no denying it. There will be snowstorms on the equator. There will be no more denying it. It will be 145 degrees in Canada. There will be no denying it.
What do you mean?
But at that point, it's done.
There'll definitely still be deniers. I mean, flat earthers still exist. COVID deniers still exist.
Yeah.
I just feel like at that point, if you deny it, you're doing it on purpose, and it won't matter regardless because we're screwed anyway. There will be no fixing it.
Yeah.
I think there was a report by the UN where by 2035 or whatever, if we don't do anything, we're fucked regardless of what we try to do at that point.
Yeah. So we've seen a couple of those reports.
It doesn't really matter. We have 10 years to fix it. If we don't fix it, we're fucked regardless.
Well, those reports are always changed because there's plenty of them talking about 2020, 2025, etc. Those reports always change because it depends on the advancement of our technology. Say we make a stupidly good, efficient air scrubber technology. Maybe we've delayed it a little longer. But
the problem is no one's making that effort to make that because we all assume, it's whatever.
Someone else will take care of it.
My problem is there's not enough people making the effort to make a change for us to be able to delay it any longer.
And that's when I convince everybody to build their solar farms. Because there's no way you're having a nuclear power plant in your backyard, because you ain't qualified for that. So the basic thing you do is build a solar farm.
Yeah, but see, the most cost effective would just convert our coal and gas power plants to nuclear power plants, and we
So
will
when
have
you
so
manage-
much
so when
extra
you
energy.
manage to convince
That I would've
your
meant.
local energy station, your and local power plant or energy provider to do that, go ahead and profit from that. But until you can convince them to do that, why don't you go plug in your solar panels?
I guess.
The solar panels themselves are actually pretty cheap. I was looking it up the other day. Super cheap. The expensive part is storing the energy and batteries. Batteries are stupid expensive.
Well, before we get on to another topic, I think we should start closing this up.
You're right. Let's close it. It's a fair point. I've now been sitting in the searching menu on this dead game. I mean, Battlefield 4 2042
Oh
for
my God.
85 minutes and 25 seconds.
Jesus. Well,
Still haven't found.
is there any final thoughts we have? I think that was very productive.
Yeah,
talk.
that was pretty productive for a podcast. We scuffed 3 times.
I know, right? Good discussions all around. Any ending words? Final thoughts?
I'm glad we didn't out ourselves. At least I don't think we did.
Okay. I hope we did either.
Hopefully, we're feeling confident enough to do an episode 2.
Oh yeah. Yep.
That'd be great within a reasonable amount of time. You know,
Yep.
maybe like
And one that we wouldn't
next week.
do at 3 a.m.
I'm a night person. This makes no difference to me. But
Oh, dude, my brain is like half empty.
I know you like.
I'm
no.
always free, so
I mean, if we set it up as a schedule, this could be a thing. I don't know.
Oh yeah, this could be a thing.
So schedule it.
All
Do
right.
it now.
I'm not scheduling it right now. Come on,
No,
man.
I'm not saying right now.
Oh.
Like, it's time to form a schedule. Get the
well,
band together.
for everyone who has been watching or listening, we thank you.
Or
This
click
has
on-
been episode 1.
This has been episode 1. Thanks for skipping to the end, because.
Oh jeez. Oh god.
We'll hopefully see you guys in the episode 2.
If there is one.
Yes.
Yeah, we might just look at the playback and cringe to death.
No, watch all the audio. Just go to crap. I should probably make a backup of this.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, we thank you guys for watching. Check out episode 2 if we make one, and we'll see you guys later.
All right. Have a good
Adios.
night.
Alright, let's close this thing. Oh, wait,
Great.
hold on. We're still live. Don't say anything.
Oh my
incriminating.
god.
Alright.